What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadski. I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, brand new Sugo-Fest was announced on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, and this was kind of a surprise. No one on the global version expected this quick LUCCI to arrive so soon. It only just arrived on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan, maybe a month ago, if that. So that was actually kind of a pretty big surprise to see that this quick LUCCI is coming so soon. Now, I've already made a video discussing this unit as a whole, but in this video I'm going to go through it once again for you guys that did miss that. Also, I'm just going to give my opinions on the Sugo-Fest in general, because this specific Sugofest banner is pretty controversial, and the community has gone into a bit of a stir once again. So in this video, I'm going to explain the unit and also explain my thoughts and opinions on the actual Sugofest itself. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I would like to introduce you guys to the brand new 6-star Sugofest exclusive Human Beast LUCCI, the World Government Monster. Now, this was pretty controversial once again when this guy was revealed on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, because no one really wanted to see another repeat 6-star character. We've already had a couple in the past, but yet again, we are having a brand new 6-star LUCCI character. Now, this guy here is a quick shooter powerhouse type character, and at max level at level 99, he has 3,205 HP, 1,540 attack, and 323 recovery. So overall, his stats are phenomenal. And overall, it is kind of interesting because he does have 5 socket spots. Now, if you compare him to his previous 6-star form, the strength version, he only has 4 socket spots. So it is quite nice that they do make this new LUCCI have an extra socket spot, because a lot of people, you know, were really hesitant as to which kind of sockets they wanted to run on LUCCI just because of the way that he functions. But having this new 6-star LUCCI that gives you 5 socket spots does make it a lot easier to socket, which is really, really nice. So now let's go ahead and talk about the abilities of the brand new 6-star LUCCI. So the captain ability of the brand new quick 6-star LUCCI is that he will boost the attack of powerhouse characters by 2.5 times and give them a 1.2 times HP boost. Then he will also go ahead and then boost the attack of your powerhouse characters by a further 1.1 times for every perfect that you hit. So if every unit on your crew hits a perfect, then the last character ends up getting 4.026 times attack to them if they are a powerhouse character, which is quite strong. And if you actually calculate it, the amount of damage that you get is pretty substantial, because obviously starting off with 2.5 times, it goes to 2.75, then 3 times, then 3.3, then 3.6, and then it goes to 4.026. So overall, this guy provides a really substantial amount of damage, but it does rely on the fact that you do have to land your perfects. But then again, even if you aren't hitting perfects, you are still getting 2.5 times attack, which is still, you know, about the standard baseline for regular attack boosters in the game currently. But the fact that it has to be perfects in a row, so you can't hit 2 perfects, get to 3 times attack, and then miss once, and then hit your perfects again. It will start again at 2.5 times if you don't hit a perfect. So that is one big downfall to this guy's captain ability, is the fact that you do have to hit consecutive perfects, and also the fact that it resets every turn. So it's not like you can hit 6 perfects, get to 4.026 times attack, and then the next turn you'll immediately have that again until you miss a perfect. That would have been amazing if it was actually like that. This guy would be just beastly if it was that. But the fact that you do have to hit consecutive perfects and it resets every turn does bring him down a little bit, but nonetheless, he's still a phenomenal captain, and definitely rivals even the 6-star plus LUCCI. 6-star plus LUCCI giving 3.5 times attack if you have a matching orb, or 2.5 times otherwise. And that is definitely the big comparison that a lot of people make, is comparing this brand new 6-star quick LUCCI to the 6-star plus strength LUCCI. Both of those guys are great captains. If you guys want to see my breakdown of those two characters, I do have a full article opinion piece that I did right over on YOLOpool.com. That will be in the description down below, so you guys can go ahead and read that. And it's basically just giving my detailed thoughts and opinions on which one I think is a better unit to run as a captain. But either or, quick LUCCI and strength LUCCI are both really great captains. On top of this though, one minor thing that you do have to take into consideration is the fact that this LUCCI will go ahead and reduce your crew's recovery by 50%. Now that is actually a lot better than the previous LUCCI, because this guy will actually allow you to recover some health back from recovery orbs, whereas the strength one will completely negate all recovery that you receive from recovery orbs. So, I mean, you are going to be recovering at least a little bit with this guy, but remember, if you do run a double blue LUCCI, it gets reduced by half and then by half again. So you're not going to be getting too much recovery back from a recovery orb, but it means that at least recovery orbs are going to give you something at least. Moving on from the captain ability though, let's go ahead and talk about the special ability of this brand new LUCCI. So it will start at 20 turns and it maxes at 15, so only 5 skill ups, which is pretty easy to deal with. It reduces the defense of all enemies drastically. Even to this date, we still don't actually know what the actual value of the defense reduction is. If I had to guess, it would be in the ranges between 50 and 70, maybe 80%, in that sort of range. So it's a pretty good defense reduction, and that's for 2 turns. Then on top of that, it deals 50 times his attack in typeless damage to all enemies, and then all powerhouse characters will get a matching orb, and on top of that, recovers 20% of your crew's maximum HP. So this is a very, very good special ability with multiple different effects. Let's go through it again. So it does like 4 different things. So it will give you defense reduction for 2 turns, massive AoE damage, 50 times his attack in typeless damage to all enemies. That is amazing. AoE damage is going to be even more important in the future of One Piece Treasure Cruise, so make sure you guys are farming out all those characters that do provide AoE damage, such as the brand new Garnfor in the Colosseum, gives you a type boost and pretty nice AoE damage. So AoE, I would highly recommend for you guys to go ahead and try and farm up characters like that. So that's good. And on top of that, he gives all powerhouse characters matching orbs, which is another thing, and also provides a little bit of recovery as well. Now remember that with this guy as a captain, he gives you a 1.2 times HP boost. So if you're running like a double of this guy as a captain, then you're going to be recovering like pretty decent amounts of HP, which is quite nice. Now, it's 20% of the crew's maximum HP, which is pretty goddamn awesome. Like, you can't really complain about that. That's a very, very good special ability. On a 15-turn cooldown, with what he provides, is quite powerful. Very, very good unit for powerhouse teams. One minor gripe that I have with this guy overall though is his special ability where it states that he changes all orbs on powerhouse characters into matching. In my personal opinion, it would have been a lot better if his special ability were to treat all orbs as beneficial compared to just swapping the orbs into matching. And the reason for that is maybe not too much on global, but on the Japanese version of Treasure Cruise, there are quite a few bosses that will have a special interrupt where if you try to change your orbs into a certain type, or if you're just trying to give matching orbs to characters, they have a special interrupt that will give you negative abilities or negative buffs. So, in my opinion, if this guy definitely had an ability to treat the orbs as beneficial, this guy would definitely be close to top tier, but because he just swaps the orbs into matching, definitely you can't take too much away from this guy. Already has an amazing captain and special ability, but he would have been even better if those orbs were just treated as beneficial compared to just swapping them to matching. But overall, an amazing unit for powerhouse teams. So now that we've gone ahead and broken down this brand new unit in general, let's go ahead and talk about the actual banner that's going to be active. And the actual banner, the Sugofest banner, will be active on the 11th of October, starting 1900 PST. That will run for 48 hours, so it'll end on the 13th of October PST. Yeah, so this guy introduces, this Sugofest introduces the brand new LUCCI and nothing else. LUCCI is the only new character, and also with this Sugofest, that Blackbeard and Akainu 6-star units are also rated up. So you have a pretty good chance of, when you pull a red, you will be getting either Rob LUCCI, Akainu, or Marshall D. Teach. So that is pretty good. But what really has ticked off a lot of people in this community is the actual features of this Sugo-Fest. So what it states is that if you do a multi-pull, the first and second multi-pulls are going to be all gold. So you're guaranteed to get 4-star or higher, which is really nice. Being 4-star or higher should give you higher rates of getting a red poster, which is quite nice. Having gold or 4-star or higher is like really, really suitable for when you have a new batch, because obviously it makes getting that new batch a lot easier. but because there is no batch in this specific Sugofest, it's not really that great. The rated up rare recruit characters though are actually pretty good. You got guys like Neptune, Zeo, you've got the Jesus Burgess, you have Elizabello as well. So you've got some pretty good rare recruits as rated up characters as well. They're all powerhouse related units. So if you do need some of those powerhouse related units, you can, you know, potentially just do 1 or 2 multi-pulls to try and get those specific rare recruits, because they are going to be all gold or better. But here is where a lot of people are not happy, where it says that after the third, or during the 3rd, 5th, and 7th multi-pulls, each wanted poster has a 2x chance of getting a Sugofest exclusive character. So they've made it that the entirety of the multi during the 3rd multi, the 5th multi, and the 7th multi, every unit that you pull will have a 2x chance of being a red poster. So it's really, really frustrating, because after we just had the Usopp Sugofest that introduced a guaranteed legend after the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and I think it was 3rd, was it 3rd, 6th, 9th? I don't actually remember what it actually was for the Usopp Sugofest. But they gave you, like, I think it was at least 3 red posters if you decided to go all the way. So you were at least going to be getting 3. But with this one, they've made it that during the 3rd, 5th, and 7th, you're only going to be getting 2x legend rate. So, you know, 2x legend rate, you know, it can either be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. And that's the thing, it's not guaranteed either. But on the 9th multi-pull, if you decide to do 9 multi-pulls during this Sugofest, if you're crazy enough to do that, then at that point, you will get a guaranteed red poster. But it's not like guaranteed to be the new Rob Lucci, Akainu, or Blackbeard. If it was one of the guaranteed rated up legends, that actually wouldn't be too bad. But the fact that it says after the 9th multi-pull, you're just guaranteed to get a red poster. That could literally be anything in this Sugofest. You could go all 9 multis and get a quick Boa or something. Or you could get a Corazon or a Sengoku. Like, legends that no one really wants that much, you know, it's just really frustrating. If they were going to do this, if they made that 9th multi-pull, guaranteed Lucci, Akainu, or Blackbeard, that would actually be pretty good, and a lot of people would probably spend some money to get that. Or if they made it guaranteed legend after the 3rd, 5th, 7th, that would even increase their revenue during this Sugofest. But the fact that it's just, oh yeah, you're going to have a higher chance, but it's not guaranteed during the middle of the multis, then Not too many people are going to pull this Sugofest. Me personally telling you guys right now, I would not recommend pulling during this Sugofest. I highly, highly would recommend you guys to save your gems for a much better Sugofest, because I think down the line there's going to be a much better Sugofest for you guys to spend gems on. Sure, it is all your opinion in the end of the day. I'm just giving my opinion to you guys, so, you know, you guys can still continuously pull on this Sugofest. I know there's going to be people out there that do, like, one single pull and they get the new Lucci, which, it happens, it's all RNG, but the fact that they're not giving guaranteed legends, unless if you do that 9th multi, then that's kind of a shitty thing, considering the Sugofest that just happened with Usopp. They did it during the Usopp Sugofest, and I don't understand why they wouldn't put that same feature with Rob Lucci. It doesn't make any sense. As I said, they would make a lot more revenue if they did that, because a lot of people would want to go for this Rob Lucci, because he's very, very good. But anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions on the Sugofest and the new Rob Lucci as a whole. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.